Okay, so let's continue. Question 14 says, usually Ellis rides his bicycle 5 and 4 over 5 miles a day. Today he rode half his usual distance. How far did he ride? So half of the usual distance means that this distance is multiplied by a half, which is 1 over 2. So we just want to multiply fractions. But before we multiply fractions, we should convert that mixed number into an improper fraction. Then we can multiply. Okay, make sure not to start multiplying without converting, because that is important. So let's convert that by multiplying here. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 4. You have 25 plus 4, that is equal to 29 over the same denominator 5. So now you can multiply that by half, which is 1 over 2. Okay, let's just multiply directly. 1 times 29 is 29, and 5 times 2 is 10. So of course the 29 over 10 is an improper fraction. We can write that as a mixed number. So I can write it as that is equal to 10 over 10. We're cutting the 22 into parts. Plus 10 over 10. Okay, so together these are 20. Plus how much we have to reach the 29? We have 9 over 10. So this is equal to 1. This is also a 1. So here 1, 1, so 1 and 1 is 2 whole number, and 9 over 10. So 2 and 9 over 10 miles is how much he ride when he ride the half distance. Okay. Question 15 says, a recipe calls for 1 and 3 over 4 cups of flour. If the recipe is tripled, how much flour is needed? So he's asking us if the recipe is tripled. Okay, tripled means multiplied by 3. Okay, how much flour is needed? So we're not gonna make one recipe, we're gonna make 3 of them, like you're gonna make a huge amount. So you need to multiply 3 by that number. And of course we always have to convert that mixed number into a fraction, then multiply. Okay, make sure to remember that. So 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 is 7 over 4. Now you can multiply that by 3. So 7 times 3 equals 21 over 4. Now 21 over 4 is again an improper fraction that you need to write it as a mixed number. So you're gonna say, let's cut the 21 into parts. So it's gonna be 4 over 4 plus 4 over 4 plus 4 over 4 plus 4 over 4. Now you have 16 plus 4 over 4. So this is 20. So how much we have left? Here we have 20, right? Because we have 5 4s. So 5 times 4 equal to 20. So we just have 1 left, 1 over 4. So that is a 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 5 whole number, and finally that fraction, which is 1 over 4. So we need 5 and 1 over 4 cups of flour, I guess, right? Yeah, we're talking about flour. Alright, question 16. Find the perimeter in the figure. So perimeter means that you need to take the length of each side and add it to the other one. You will add all of these sides. So you have 3 and 1 over 3 and 1 over 2 and 4 and 1 over 6. You need to make them the same. You need to add them, I mean. So first you have fractions. You have mixed numbers. So mixed numbers, they contain fractions. So you need to make the fractions you need to make them like fractions to have the same denominator. So you have 2 and 3 and 6. These are the denominators that you have. How can you make them the same? You can make 6 is the common denominator. So you can here multiply by 3 up and down, and here by 2 up and down to make the denominator a 6, but you don't need to do anything here. So let's do that. The first one, that one will be the whole number 3, the same. Here 2 times 1 is 2 over the denominator, the common denominator is 6, plus that fraction the same, 4 and 1 over 6, plus that fraction 5 whole number, and 1 times 3 will be 3 over 2 times 3, 6. So now you have the same denominator. You can just add the whole numbers and add the fractions. So 3 plus 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. So that would be 12. Now for the fractions, you have 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So you have 6 over the same denominator, which is 6. Okay, 6 over 6, of course, this is the whole number 1. So you will add that to this. So the total thing will be 13. So 13 is the answer for that parameter, for that triangle. Okay. Question 17 says, find the area of a rectangle with a length of 3 feet and a width of 2 and 7 over 8. So we know that when we have a rectangle and we want to find the area, you need, I know that we're not talking a lot about geometry, but we will talk about it soon. This is just like a common information. If we want to find the area of a rectangle, we need to multiply this side by this side. Okay, so the length by the width. Okay, so you will multiply 3, which is the length, by the width, which is 2 and 7 over 8. Okay, so it's like the width means that 1, that is the width 3, or actually no, that is the length. So this is the width, 2 and 7 over 8, and the length is 3. You need to just multiply these by each other, and you should pay attention to the fact that here you have a mixed number, so you should make that a fraction first, then you can multiply. So let's make it a fraction. 2 times 8 is 16. 16 plus 7, you will add the numerator up here. So 16 plus 7, I guess, will be 23. Yeah, 23 over 8. Okay, you will multiply that by 3, which is the length. So let's multiply. So 23 by 3 will be 2 times 3, 6, and 3 times 3, 9, will be 69 over 8. Okay, so 69 over 8, we can write that. Now this is, of course, is an improper fraction that you need to convert to a mixed number. Okay, we can write it as 8 over 8 plus 8 over 8 plus, but that would take a lot of effort because 69 is a big number. So we can say, what is the closest multiple of 8 that is close to 69? Like, think in the times table of number 8. What is the number that is close to 69? I guess the closest one is 64, okay, which become from 8 multiplying by 8. So I will say that is 64 over 8 plus, how much you need to add to the 64 to reach the 69? You just need to add 5, okay, over 8. Now 64 over 8, you know that, like, you can divide that from times table. Divide 64 over 8, that would equal to 8. Okay, so 8 whole number and that fraction, which is 5 over 8. So 8 and 5 over 8 is the area for that rectangle. Question 18 says, Ayana bought a container of peanuts. She gave 1 over 4 of it to one sister, 1/3 to another sister, and she kept the rest for herself. What fraction did she kept? So let's see. She have a one container, so she has like one whole number, which is 1, right? She gave a part of it, like 1/4 of that container to her sister, okay? So she subtracted a part of it, which is 1/4. And also she gave 1/3 of it to another sister. She also subtracted 1/3. So how much she kept the rest for herself? We want to find out how much left there in that container that she will keep it to herself. But of course we cannot subtract 1/4 and 1/3 of the one unless we make it the same denominator. So because you have a 4 and a 3, think what is the number that you can make it, like what is the common number, the common denominator that you can have it here. You can say it is a 12, right? Because you can make the 4 and the 3, both of them, you can make them a 12. So here, for the 4, you will multiply up and down by 3. And for the 3, you will multiply up and down by 4. Okay? So what about the 1? Of course you can make it, since it is a whole number, you can make it a 12 by writing it as 12/12. So you will minus that fraction, 1 times 3, 3/12, minus here also 1 times 4, so 4/12. Now let's subtract. 12 minus 3, 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 minus 4, 9 minus 4 is 5. What about the denominator? Of course, it's going to be 12. So she will have 5/12 of the container, of the peanuts container, left for herself. So 5/12 is the correct answer. And here it's going to be 8 and 5/8. And here it's going to be 13. I hope everything is clear for you until now. How about we go to the next page? Okay, let's go. The last page that we have for the rational numbers. First question says, write each fraction or mixed number as a decimal. Use bar notation if the decimal is repeating decimal. So first we have 3/11. How can we make that fraction a decimal? By one way, which is long division. I know you don't like it, but sometimes there's no other ways. So let's do it. 3 divided by 11. Of course, since the 3 is less than the 11, we can't do it. We need to put a point and a 0 and a point, and now we can add a 0 to the 3, so it will be a 30. So let's write the times table of 11. 1 times 11, 11. 2 times 11, 22. 3 times 11, 33. Of course, 33 is greater than 30, so we should take the 22, and we have it from the 2. Now we can subtract 30 minus 22, that is equal to 8, right? Yes, 8. You can of course say 0 minus 2, we can do it. We will take here the 2 will be, and the 0 will be 10. 10 minus 2 is 8, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So 8. 8/11, we can't do it. We should add a 0. So 80/11. Now we can continue writing the times table for 11. We have the number 7. 7 times 11 is 77, and 8 times 11 is 88. You're looking for the 80, so 88 will not work. You should take 77. And you got it from the number 7, then we minus. No. 0 minus 7, you can't do it. You will use the 8, so it will be 7. So here 10. 10 minus 7, that is 3. and of course 7 minus 7 is just 0. So 3 divided by 11, you cannot do it, you will add a 0. 30, okay, so we're back to the 30. Can you see this is repeating? So 30 divided by 11, you can use the 22 again, because 33 is greater. So again 2, subtract, you will get what? 8. You can't do it, you will add 0. 80 divided by 11, you will get 77. From the 7 and subtract again 3, and so on. So what is happening? You see here the numbers, the answer for that division problem is 0.272727. If you're going to continue the division, you will just get 272727. So this is a repeating decimal, so the answer here is 0.27272727. So we can write that in using the bar notation. So it's going to be 0.27 with a bar. So this is the answer for that division problem. Okay, question 2. You have a mixed number, 7 and 3 over 5. Now 3 over 5 is supposed to be one of the famous fractions. I guess I forgot to mention it, but it's an easy one. Also, I highly encourage you to memorize it. So 3 over 5, the fraction 3 over 5 is equal to 0.6, okay, without any repeating, without anything else. To check that, we can divide it together. It's going to be an easy one. So 3 divided by 5, of course 3 divided by 5, you can't do it. You should add a 0 and a point, and now you can add a 0 here. 30 divided by 5, you can find the 30 in the times table of 5 from the number 6, because 6 times 5 is 30. So you can say here 30, you got it from 6, subtract 0, 0. So you see, the 3 over 5 is equal to 0.6. Now, you just have that one is 0.6 with a whole number. So you will just write the whole number, which is the 7, and you will add this fraction or this decimal number. So you will say 7.6, like that. And because you have here a negative sign, you will just add it. So that will be negative 7 over 0.6. And the first one will be 0.27 with the bar notation, like that.